Break the Ice podcast. I'm the host without the most and with the most. My name is Hassan Tembu, and my co-host is 66B.
Of course, subscribing 66B. How are you doing, my brother?
I'm nice, man. Exciting stuff. We've always wanted to do this. You feeling good?
Listen, my brother, you've got a beautiful guest.
Yeah.
But before that, please like, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram.
Break the Ice podcast SA. Never forget. So yeah.
And of course, we've got the crew, the beautiful crew.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm amazing. I'm feeling amazing.
In the building as well. Little puts around as well. It's going down to just gonna be beautiful, my guys.
No. It's the very first episode, and we're starting it off on a nice note. I like this. With the healer. Yeah.
Listen, man. This person, she's the very, very first guest we have today. A healer.
Yeah.
Beautiful person, beautiful spirit.
Basically, we're going back to our roots on a literal note. And we're starting off the show going back to our roots.
Let's go. So, should we bring it in?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
And she's here.
I made it.
And she's here. You made it finally.
Welcome.
Finally. How are you doing, my love?
I'm doing well, guys. How are you?
We are nice. Thank you for giving us your time.
Thank you for having me.
And your presence. And the beautiful presence.
Of course.
Are you bringing presents?
I'm here.
With your presence.
Come on, Dikimo.
Yeah.
Hey. So tell us, I think more than anything, introduce yourself to the masses, those who know you, those who don't know you. Who are you? Tina siyazi udumelo, but who are you?
Thokozani, Gogo nomkhulu, as you know me. Gogo Manzini lokhulumayo, Gogo ngwabini, mlaphi wabathakathi. In the house kitchen. Ha ke bile jalo la ntseba.
Hi, ke sithatha
No, ke mabitso a
badimo.
Yes.
So what do you prefer people to call you by? What can we call you? Do we say
Gogo Manzini?
Gogo Manzini.
Yes, please.
What is Gogo Manzini? Who is Gogo Manzini?
Me, myself, and everyone. Okay, I'm a man.
Okay, yes.
Yes, like it was thing, basically.
Yeah. So I think let me explain to me like I'm 5. Ne? Isangoma, what is Isangoma? Let's get there. 6, are you?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Because in most cases, I mean, it's a conversation whereas batho ba o bona ntse di paga, you know, it's got that attire, maybe masela ao, but they really don't get the nitty-gritty behind the actual thing, you know what I mean? So I think maybe just to clarify.
What is Isangoma?
Yeah.
Yes.
Tina sithi Sangoma umuntu ophiliswa yingoma.
Okay.
Hence Sangoma. It is where we actually evoke the spirits zobungoma ngekushaya isigubhu. So wherever the drums are, sangomas, you find them there. So ukuthi leli dlozi likhona ukuthi livuke sidinga isigubhu. So isigubhu sadinga kusona seleng sitsusa ntwe phela ka hona, and then that's where the sangoma comes from. In a nutshell, sangoma re phela ka bina. So like the sangoma ke batho ba wa krang ba gita ba bina. So that's where you differentiate them from other healers. They dance, they beat the drums. Do you understand? That's who we are.
Wow, okay. This is like it's a first for me. I'm Zulu, so umukhuluma ngokuthi sangoma, and I actually missed the end part.
And it explains itself.
And then how do you get to that point? Are you like how do you become a sangoma? Can I wake up me next day and say, okay, yeah, I think is it something or?
I wish. I wish. I wish. No, it doesn't happen like that.
Yeah.
You are born with it.
Okay.
Basically. If I'm just being honest, umuntu onayo lento.
You will know.
From birth. You just feel yourself how you are different. It's beyond having the dreams and the visions and everything else, because I feel like that's where people get lost. Because everyone dreams.
Of course.
Everyone has visions, and certain dreams certain people do have. You can dream of yourself.
Yes.
You can easily think you just need cleansing. So for me it's a thing of it's something that is in you. You see it in yourself, how people react to you, how you react to the world at large, and how your family treats you. Actually, it starts there because you are so different that you barely fit in anywhere. Understand. So that's how you know wakula. We are always sick. Yes. Lineage, but some people don't even know of the existence of dingaka. So other people, you wake up, so you're like, so why? So it's not just the lineage, but I
think, and especially, let's say for instance, I'm from a Christian family. There will be maybe Gogo, maybe Mkulu at some point you know, the calling. But of course now, because of the Christianity thing, or I know this thing, we're not going to even entertain it, you know. How for you, I don't know, how did you navigate and are you guys Christians or Venebongoma? That's why I can know knowledge.
Funny story. Mama but the funniest part is
no.
You know, it's funny Christian based conversion and all of that.
Right.
So for her to have reacted like that was funny for me.
Right.
You understand? Because so some of my family members different.
Right.
I find that commonly black people find themselves and whatnot. Yes. And that's where actually moya uling. Do you understand? Because when the conversion happened, they found themselves having to find a way to work through the church in order to keep the spirits alive. You understand? That's why but it's kind of different from us. They tried, but it's there. So for me, my dad was actually the most supportive person. My aunt, you understand? So I had that one person who I could talk to, so Liana, he was okay, but my mom, and
also had a background.
She was there. It's a thing of, I'm sorry for saying this, but it's like okay, right?
Yeah.
You are okay with other gay children until it's your own child. You understand?
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. No,
not my kid.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So that's what happened. Yeah, it's like she couldn't fathom why.
How did that make you feel? I mean,
like.
How old were you then when you thought or when you felt okay now lay calling much? Does this happen from say you are 3, 5?
So
is there an age where you this
spiritual awakening? I can tell you
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
I can tell you hore isimulla jwang for most people. Those are like the basic things that happen before you actually discover who you are. So I used to nosebleed a lot. You understand?
Hot or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
My parents would take me to the doctors. They would always say kishapo. A lot. All the time, you understand? So always at the doctor's fam, like and then it like grade 9, 10, that's when it started. So why you born something
you are around
is
what age
off.
at the time? 19?
15, 16.
Of course.
ke different. A ke rate batho ke godile ke le ngwana o eleng gore my mom wouldn't ana sang tlhaloganye man gore like ha o rate batho. I'm still the same person, by the way. I'm always in my room. I keep battling rata, ke batla go dula ke liwan. So I grew up like that. Ana rata go nkentsha ke go ntle, but I couldn't handle it. To a point where we'd go to the mall, I stay in the car. I keep battling.
Yes. Why was that?
It's overwhelming. Like I can't stand the people ke ba dizzy, go le rata. And the thing about being cold is that there's always voices in your head.
That's why I was asking why like you could not be in those type of spaces. Is it their energies that you would sense, or it's just
the surrounding?
Energy is everywhere. You understand? Energy is everywhere. Let's say, for an example, this room. Right. It's clustered. But as soon as you breathe.
Yes, of course.
So public spaces are the same.
Yes.
Like you feel like you are suffocating. I said not so long ago on my Facebook, it's like you are a Wi-Fi hotspot. Yes. It's no password.
Yes.
So how can everyone's like you understand? So that's what happens to you. So now you're feeling like, oh my God. And then you know what it causes? Anxiety.
Of course.
That's where we get those panic attacks.
Yes.
We talk about you have a panic attack. So
if I would throw, let me just throw this also in the same breath. So when I suppose it's what I'm gathering, Manje, the energies, if you go into a mall, for instance, the energies that you come across, others don't mend well with you. So if you were to go in a mall and then the energies that are there are within your vibing space, so to speak, would that be acceptable?
I wouldn't say acceptable in that way, because even the most welcoming of energies, who depend on energies, moya.
Right.
And there are things that thing like right now. You literally could be sitting next to someone right now and you don't know it, and I'm here just like you know. And this person is busy doing this, and I'm like, I'm trying so hard to concentrate, and this person is vibing with us in this moment. You understand?
You talk,
I think maybe let's. Mall, because mall is a public place, and
it's vast. Yeah.
Let's say we've got like a dinner celebration.
Yes.
Invite you know, my friends are gonna be there. Once you get there, and if you feel out of place because of Jaka Ocean, there's different type of energies. Snacks. And snacks, you're the most welcoming person. But now you find yourself in that space of, oh damn, you know what I mean? So I mean, for me it makes sense personally, in a sense of I'm a human being. In a general sense, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, you can tell everyone, man. It's just that I think for a normal person, it's too hard to explain what is actually happening to them.
For sure.
You know, you meet people like, oh, I can move, but for you, it's too hard to understand why. But for Namutamo Yanka, like I can move, but I can tell you reasons why. You understand? But for when it's like Mutuona Aki, and then it ends there.
Right.
Maraki feel like, oh, this person 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 about them, and this is the reason why Nale energy high resa do you understand? So it's
because I know. So what I mean?
I'm sorry, if I may just ask.
What is your ask?
Going back to what you were saying just now, it could be sitting here, it could be another person. You know?
Yeah.
When you first saw these other people with your other eye that we can't see, how are you feeling about that? Like, how was it?
It goes back to what I was trying to say to my six. How did I feel about my mom? For some reason, was so effortless for me.
Oh, nice, yeah.
It just made sense for me. Do you understand? So when it started happening, it was a thing of, oh, interesting.
Okay.
Oh, damn, I can see that. You know, until it got to a point where it got too overwhelming. Because now, one thing about us is we don't sleep. we are deprived of sleep. So it's a similar ibayalo, like I became so depressed, man. Like you literally feel yourself, like my body is resting. But as for me, I'm traveling, man, and we understand what is actually happening. And sadly, it's not things that they teach you how to answer. We are getting and that's it. You go back home and you're like, why am I experiencing so many things? So I just, guys, it's too much. It's pace Majozi Mimoya, like Majozi Mimoya. Because it's broad.
You said you were how
15, 16.
It's a lot.
Before we even, I think I get that's like on the extra step. I mean, you said you were 16, 15 when the whole experience started to really take force. What was it? What were the next step? Like Oshogo to your dad was the one who was supportive. What happened thereafter?
No.
When no one really understands what's going on, even yourself. I think more than anything, I think about around you.
I was yearning, man.
Yeah.
So I think what happened after was yearning. Funny enough, some lady, you are so curious about Badimo. I was like, you can see me, because it was something that was happening inside me. I'm like, you can see me, and it's for a reason. This curiosity it's inside of you because they are trying to be in contact with you. So that's why I'll just sit with any random person like, what believe like
and it's so relieving when you get somebody else actually understanding.
So I was that person who now my aunt and I are different when it comes and then I had different types of gifts or spirits rather, and so obviously I don't understand that. Well, understand that more, but now we're not on the same type of level or syllabus. Yes, there is.
Really?
So I just started seeking. There was this guy from school. Now it was grade 11. Upoisin, come text on WhatsApp. Get her number high. I'm like, how do you look at the but somehow I just got in Katlub on the phone.
You saw this?
Yes, I was like in Katlub. Like Katlub, I'm like, yeah.
Katlub means?
Read me, consult me.
Okay, yes.
It's like, really consult you? I'm like, yeah, consult. I had this tail ache at that time, and that's when I'm playing and whatnot. Early in the morning, I woke up, Mama. They told me this and this about me.
Yeah.
And that's when it all started, her embarking.
How did mom take this though?
And then I was like, I need to see someone. Please. Like, someone.
Right.
But she was now consulting herself. So but lento overnight, I just need to just. Then the lady and whatnot.
Yeah.
She still wasn't okay, but it was like, yeah. So from then forth, I but anyway, there was a boy from school who saw me and then was like, my mom can help you. And then that's when I started. At that point, I'm fainting at school. Week in, week out. Well, I understand now. I would see a cow, literally. It's coming to me, gone.
See a what?
A cow.
Cow milk.
Yes! All the time.
You're at school.
I am.
How did the teachers and your
also
friends?
Before that, the teachers are getting multiracial school at that time.
Sugar levels. Are you eating right? Are you okay at home?
Obviously.
Are your parents fine? Do you want to talk about it? To a point they were like, we think you should stay home because we disrupt our school. So that's what would happen. However, maths was worse. I would just see this thing around in the class and I'm like,
algebra.
Like, exactly, knew the most important subjects. I'm like, why are you sabotaging me? Physics, maths, I'm gone. It takes you from being a top student, this thing, we from primary, you know yourself to be this kind of person, and it takes away the most important parts of you.
Right.
To ground you, to bring you back to it, understand that, because I believe had I honestly been continue a top student, I'd probably be a doctor, fam.
Yeah.
Me, Dumba. You know, so I think they killed the dream in order for them to just come back here. Yes. We want you here. You understand? So I met the physics.
Can I ask something in terms of that? Like if you get a calling, apparently I've heard, if you get a calling, whatever event, I've got a calling, but now you like, no, I don't want to be part of it, what. It does happen that they will just derail you. We're saying, just come a bit closer, so you can. If you come a bit closer to us and get to the actual route, then you can go and do your own thing. But now, you're gonna interrupt with your progress.
Own thing. Own thing. Her own thing. Own thing. No.
It's instructions. Instructions.
For me. You mentioned calling, ne?
Yes.
Ne? A calling can totally break it down, guys.
Yes.
Having a calling does not entirely mean you're spiritually gifted. That's where we get it wrong, and this is where we find a lot of people who have initiated to become healers, but they were not supposed to, because the gift. You understand?
Gotcha.
So ubizo is ukubizwa abaphansi.
Okay.
There's an awakening edlozini laphana eyenzekayo ukuthi, you know, ma 6 ra ubitsa. Mara limpiletsa ini. So siyabheka ubiletsa lisiko la kubo papa how. So the symptoms sometimes are similar to a person who has a spiritual gift.
Gotcha.
How they like kulo yabona the way it's. So for certain people and it's like we're not what was kanti no, this person bekumele ukuthi nje ubheka isimo samadlozi wakibo ukuthi bafuna 1 2 3 4 5 bese makaqedile ukuphethisa. I think this is where I always argue, you can't say hore o khona uthwasa but usasebetsi bungaka. Like it does not make sense. You went and fetched a practice, put it inside your home, and then it doesn't work for why exactly? Yes, do you understand? So a calling in telling her is very much broad, and then honali dineo go tlase hayon. You understand?
No,
so I mean, I'm very interested in the high school.
You go back
there. High school. Come on, nama crush niyajola nyana. Hey, James Nangweza. Obviously, there's some sort of some relationship that's going on there. How do they deal with you going through these episodes? And how do you deal with it, Wena? Having to explain these episodes to them. Lalela, mina, ngithi ngibona inkomo, ngihleli kwi-maths class and they say XY minus QX.
One thing when whether platonic or romantic relations, it makes you feel so alone that the only people that can understand are the likes of you or yourself.
Of course.
So it's not always easy to even want to talk about it to a person who, you know, I'm seeing this. I think even when it was happening, I didn't mention anything as to why or what's happening to me. Not even to my friends. I don't even know man. Like yo,
is it difficult?
Like it's but it's not easy because now majority of them primary.
Of course.
I was okay. Do you understand? And now in high school I'm this different person. And everyone is just like, what is this thing inside of her? So now it's like it kind of distances us a bit.
Did they even see it as there's something coming out of her, or there's something that's calling her, or did they just perceive it as
at that time ke feel but who are just like, what is this?
Would you say we're very ignorant when it comes to such? Like, let's just use Umzansi as a whole.
I'll have to excuse Umzansi, unfortunately, for that, because Do you understand? In many homes, we had actually moved away from that part of our existence so much. Most of like you'd probably say my mom, never.
Yeah.
But you don't even know she actually has been consulting her whole life. Do you understand? So I think it's not ignorance, but just the way and maybe the way nako it shifted from when we were conscious of ourselves, and then we got to a phase where we just wanted to do away with all of this, and we just moved. So it's not ignorance. Sometimes it's just honestly not knowing.
Because if you don't know, you can't act.
You understand? So it's just
you can't.
There are people also doing paper talk, like listening.
For instance, you are inside.
So
6 years. Like you are inside of this. You are practicing. You are doing so many things. You've got products. You are helping people. But what I'm interested in right now is, since Vele, you've been practicing. You've been, can you tell me at some point? Maybe let's say a consult, or maybe have you changed anybody's life within your practice? Have you done any, some sort of difference? I've got this and that.
I'm looking at them. I'm looking at them. Yes, I'm looking. I'm looking at them. Other one can't be seen, but. Okay. But yeah, I feel like every day. I think it has transcended from Indumbayami to my page personally. I had to take it out there because now there's a thing as much.
Sure.
If I can just be honest, like remove it so much that everything is so technological that people don't really want to go to these spaces. Yeah, so we just have to find a way to fit yourself in
the physicality
in these hands. So every day.
How does that work?
Every day.
I saw your page. Speaking about your page, I saw you can do readings. Maybe go shop WhatsApp. How does that work? How do you do a reading? So how does that work in terms of reading? You know what I mean?
How do you let Leo energy to? You can sense the energy from my text. Sawona Gogo Manzini. You can sense okay. Percy is.
How
complex is it? Or how easy is it?
I get about the new age sangomas versus the traditional. When they started, or they still do, criticizing us, the new age, you can't. I found fault in that so much. What do you mean we can't? It was like you were defying and denying the power of spirit. You were actually looking down on how massive Indaba Zomoya is, because how do you say from a distance? I'm just saying now, like like the traditional old age, new age, when they started to when the rise of us happened online, like they just went on, it's wrong what we are doing, it's a scam, we are lying, it can't happen. So I found fault in it so much because Moyaman penetrated through anything and everything. Do you understand? If you can travel through your dreams, and it's not my God, energy.
It's the same thing.
Energy. Everything is energy. Do you understand? And it's not the phone. In all honesty, it's the traveling of Moya. It's the presence of the guides in that moment that come through and communicate with me in order for me to deliver this message to this person. You understand? So it's having to connect Moya and so lento. Yes, ke Moya fela okay ke tlhakantsha moya ona ke bala libitso. So the biggest thing is eyes, your eyes.
Breaking that.
Eyes.
A picture, I look into your eyes and I see your life story. So, Kimato.
No, man, explain that. That's why. What are you saying? I don't know. Mamela, just lips. I don't know. So remote phone. What's a picture?
Yes.
Okay, sharp picture here. So, na man what I will say
I can bury the eyes get the window to the soul.
Yes.
So how I can connect to your soul, meaning that I can connect to your spiritual component and everything that makes you. Yes.
But
I can literally scroll through your profile picture and I'm just like, ooh, my 6.
Handsome.
Yeah.
Okay, I get you. So now that's why you get so many people. But nowadays, but you know, they're going to go a pathway.
A pathway. Last pathway. Okay.
Yeah. So if you're saying you're able to tell someone's story through their eyes, what is the difference between palm readers and our traditional healers?
Nice one, yeah.
I'm a palm reader myself, so
yeah.
So there's no difference between the two.
There is a difference.
Okay.
There is a difference, ne. Deep, because the palm readers, ne. The astrologies and your cosmics and the galaxies, like the star signs and whatnot. So for well, mine is kind of different. Mine is all touch based. Before I can say it's seeing into the palm, what does this line mean and what, because palm readers are people who can tell you, these 2 lines mean that you're going to have 2 kids, what. But it's all spiritual based. So I always believe and say, it's all using a universal spirit in that moment. Like different. So for certain things we always use a common type of spirit. Like fire, when they actually are in spirit, it's actually a universal spirit that I myself too have as a prophetess and not a sangom. You understand? So in that moment we are just using different types of energy portals, but we are using the same kind of spirit that enables us to actually be in that moment and to be able to deliver that kind of healing. I understand. So for me, I don't think there's much of a difference. I understand. Maybe body palm readers get the tarot cards, people, your king that ball, crystal balls, body crystal matlapa and bameti. I understand. So it's all up in that moment, whereas madlozi kibata ke re bona so e ba different ka tsela e leng hore rona re ko masapong ba bang ba ne ba sebedisa metsi so ko badimong it's always masapo metsi masapo.
Is the goal the same thing?
Yes.
The end product becomes one thing.
Ditaba dia differ though.
How we get to
indaba eziphuma lapho azifani.
Okay.
You understand? Umuntu okufunda ipalm ngesinye isikhathi Nkoringa utlhatlhoba ka masapo ka bua ditaba tse different gona le motho tlo buang ha o tlhatlhoba ka palm.
Okay.
Depending on the presence of that spirit go o batla go motlisetsa eng in that moment. Normally so batho ba di astrology I find them ele batho ba ileng gore ba gona go blella ka bophelo ba gago go gona go bophela yang. So you are a fire sign, your planet is Mars, you are active in what you need to eat the kind of food esona le sona and whatnot. I understand.
Are they accurate? Because look, I'm not one for the star sign thingies, but once in a while I would go and I would read. I'm a Libra, so I would read there and I see most of the traits that they would put there. They're very ziyahlangana with not ukuthi kuzokwenzakala. I'm talking about the type of person that I am. Ukuthi if ngibone class, this is how I read. Just so how bona benza kanjani ukuthi how do they get that right? Versus how you izangoma benza kanjani?
For me, kinahana hore at some point we were actually the same people. There was just this vision I once had. Out loud. And I explained how there was actually a change in who we are as Bana Babadimu and Disangoma. You understand?
Interesting, yeah.
Ukuthi sifike kule ndawo yokuthi bekumele ukuthi sidinge into or umuntu ozosivulela umoya wethu. back then, like these people were connected to the source themselves. You know, so there wasn't a need for me to help these type of people. So there was ways where umoya ubukhuluma nabo, more especially the stars, njengoba ngikhuluma amanzi, nature, inokhona ku connect libona. I think that is where they gathered information like I think it's Dijara. I think it's in the history. Sometimes what actually happened. So I just think today we are the same type of healers, unfortunately. That's the most painful part, because must be a move basic different galendlela ukuthi nekitseba go uphesi imvula masifuna re ya go yena. You understand? Ne re tseba gore on ha re batla ngwana, you know. You understand?
I'm sorry.
No, I understand. Ha re batla bana, ha re batla go bula the womb, re batla go re ya ko ma 6.
So if we sangoma, is the Bible still relevant?
Does it interlink? Yeah, in a way.
Is there still a link in between?
I can tell you one thing. uNkulunkulu uyazivumela zonke lezi zinto ezixistayo today emhlabeni, because they all serve a different purpose and they serve different people and their own spiritual needs or beliefs or the kind of entities esinazo. We can try and say we need to do away with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can't. And we are not supposed to, because it's all in the balance of the universe.
It can exist in one space.
You understand? Sure. So can they intellect? They do, because of abantu betu going the church route. So some of us are still tainted with the parts of Isonto where when certain types of spirits are evoked, we kind of need to yes, so re tlhoka gore re kopantse. Ho na le batho ba ileng gore ke ba profeta ba ka mo ga kereke, and now lo mkhulu o hamba naye sekathi hamba uyongenisa eZayoni, so automatically sethi lwena iukenela. Ho na le batho ba ileng gore they are free from that. But the truth of the matter is, when the conversion happened, it kind of mixed with us, and so we became of it. So today it's like rarapela. Yes, solely without being Christians, but and it works hand in hand. But kunzima, if I can tell you about the purity of umoya wasesontweni nasebsangomeni, I feel like we didn't chat again, dog, you know. Not in that sense, my brother. So, tunya sakoteng lirona di alwantana. Leya I clean.
Yes.
Ayifuni gazi, ayifuni ukuthi usebenzise into eziningi, iyasokolisa leyo nto leyana. Ifuna nje uhlezi wena ukosiphike ngokuthapelo. So thina sihlinza imbuzi, in fact we are there ngikhadi impepho. So riyasokola gore moya ole o khone gore o kopane ibe ntwe yiwani. Fana nendumba yakhona ngesinye isikhathi kube ngathi ukayi separator.
Right.
This thing ubele indumba yabungaka ubele indumba yabuprofeta moya ileng gore kothapelong moya ileng gore so sebetsa ka thata. As much as disability in those moments and everything else, but for some of us, and but the source.
This brings about for me 2 questions, right? Would you say, from what you're saying, Ngoti, is Ubusangoma, or to believe in ancestors, so to speak, is that not, maybe I'm in lack of a better word, would you say it's a religion also? And then there's Christianity, there's Buddhism, there's Hinduism and whatnot. So if that's the case, in ancestry,
Ancestral.
Is there a higher being called? Because in all these religions, your Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity, you've got God. So in Kubudlozi and ancestry, yes, I got the word, ancestry. Is there a person in Tandas again, and you say, okay, banibani sithandaza kuwena.
Akere no badimo ha re bathandaza.
Okay.
Right. So badimo are ba worship. Kostwaneng eya ki modimo ke badimo. Modimo means you understand, right. Badimo is of God, created by God, so they have God in them. Understand? So ribadimo basically because remudimo, because sivela kuye usenzile lo muntu. You understand? So wetse a re bua ka bo modimo ke ntho engwe
yeah.
I feel like I'm
getting a calling.
Because it's not as shared as people think.
It's not, bruh. And we are not having these conversations because sometimes it's too hard for us to speak out about these things. Yes, a certain race has their own God. So everyone's just gonna be like, what?
How?
What do you mean they have their own God?
I think with everything, especially when it comes to religion and the African culture, everyone, you can take every religion, every person, whatever that they believe in, they are not 110% sure of what they believe in. So the problem comes in with regards to what is it really that you believe in. That's where the whole fight comes in. If you go to Christianity, you ask them, okay, you guys speak of Jesus. What color is Jesus? Yeah, sure. You understand? And then with Mhlambeke Twasa, the question would be, who is the one who's on top? When you have absolute understanding of what you believe in, there's no fight. Your explanatory becomes just flow. It's like water. You never get offended. You never get.
You know, Haki Araba Christian internet.
Yeah.
I had this thought. I don't know if you guys watch Mkoka. Kana king by Mkoka where they have loba oba mkhonzayo ndate olene. So why would it be so wrong for people to call upon this man who was so closely connected to the source in his death? You understand? Why do we find it so insulting? For an example, why the worshipping part and idolizing, but to be able to call them up as close as they were. So for us it's a thing
which God?
Is it not the same with
God?
Jesus?
Which one?
For me, God is the creator of everything else.
Is the ancestry God the same as the Christian God?
For me personally, I find whoever created us, wherever we come from the same God. Inkinga uguti hase kobunga as the source, the light. Uanu kiena oyilum hore oriente kaofela bese kufika labantu labasephansi ke badimo izithunywa izihlwele nabanye abantu who we relate to, because I believe esisithunywa mina God uthe let me break myself into a being so that they can relate to one another, because if uNkulunkulu wayephila nathi it wouldn't make sense. You understand? So for me, that's why I have this tattoo. My name is Different Shades of My Creator. I am here to tell her story. Right. Because I am an extension of God. So I am here representing that source who is having an experience through me, as me, doing these things that are happening right now. You understand? So that's how I understand.
You are the universe experience.
Yeah. So I'm basically a spirit having a human experience. And now God was like, let me give you gifts on top of that. But the people you will actually consult on based on these gifts are your ancestors, your other entities, your other spiritual guides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for different types of reasons. Do you understand? So in there are different types of gods. Those gods are of God. So there's the source eyodwa. You understand? The source is one. For me, it will always be like that. The source is one. But manje kuna lezinto ezenzo uNkulunkulu. Ezenza ukuthi babusa phela they are caretakers of lefatshe. Bese goba le mimoya emingata and what not. This is why we can have angels in human bodies exist right mo lefatsheng. Do you understand? There are reptilians around us. Do you understand? It's that broad. The other planets, but for me, it's source iyodwa. I'm Christian, akholela ko uNkulunkulu. Whoever created that God, I'm a Buddhist. Whoever whether their source is the one God. You understand?
To that,
yes, at the end of the day, for me, because okay, but why understand? So for me, it's like Lendole, Baringo Big Bang, it was a bang. There's this study I wanted to do. I'd like to do that. I don't know if it's been done, where during a trance, Yamadlozi. Okay. About these lab things, my 6 mola paste mola, you know, I want to understand what exactly happens to the human mind in that exact, like the brain, yes. Got that moment, lo moya lona. So because the hub, the center of spirit is the brain. I get it all. Yes. So now has a really more ke batla go understand na gore go etsagala eng, because I want to understand, like in westernized types of body mental health issues, ne?
Yes.
Has a break her down with schizophrenia, has a break her down with personality disorders and whatnot, because in bipolar team, personality disorders, buga, we have all kinds of problems because of le mimoya engena ngaphakathi kwemizimba yethu kilikhetla today so bamba because umkhulu phake, you know, muthiari mole so uli right nyana because uhamba nogogo so unwatiye busigo ke whiskey wa tlhaloganya like o akere o dubakane gore dilo tsena di phela ka mo gare ga gago. So the only difference between us le batho bao ke feel gore rona re rutiwe go e balance. Right, listen. So higher control it to that point. So sesi understand ukuthi lento lena mase yenzeka la engqondweni, you are able to know how to tone it down and to handle it. But in all honesty, my guy, it's heavy, right?
And as heavy as it is, I wanted to know the mental health issue. Because in some cases, you don't even have to go to the Western doctors. So I want to know, because you've touched on it, and it's a very important issue. How do you deal with, as Gogo? How do you, how could I put it? What difference do you guys make in that mental health aspect? And in the Westerns, you guys, how do you guys, switch it up and make it,
education.
Yes.
Right now.
Yes.
I won't speak of the past because I don't have much knowledge on how they used to do it. But for me, it's being able to know how to define all of these things. Like you mentioned, like a panic attack.
Yeah.
Ukhona ukuthi ube nomntana omhambisile emadoktheni for so long ahlupha ke panic attack utsamele di psychologist babuyile yena but this thing ayipheli mase fika endibeni ngithi no awuna panic attack ushaya uvalo lihamba nedlozi so uvukelwa umoya. So in that moment you are hyperventilating and obatla khulula wa screamer, it's actually umoya uyavuka in that moment. So we help people to differentiate ukuthi kahle kahle kwenzakala nemzimbeni, because one thing about medication into engiyibonile ilapha inyama.
Yes. Actually you went exactly where I went.
Yeah, if for disanama masik, so how for disanama usiya moya le maikutlo usiya motho asantse akula. This is why I always find you can drink medication ya depression for your whole life But then how get you over whatever it is that is problematic? Because chances are it's a spiritual problem that you cannot medicate. That's why it's the soul that needs the surgery in that moment. So why you understand? So my kutlo amangata re tshwantse wa break it down gore understand gore o ikutla sona because of ntho e sona. Gona le ntho tse ene gore mina personally angizilaphi ngikutshela ukuthi abana wena phesi ha o kudiswi ha o tlhoke meriane o na le stress sa hao se cause wa ke dintho tse so re khona go sheba mo bophelong ba hao what is causing that. You understand? So for me Gondumbeng, I'm pro solution and into ezokusiza ukuthi akirati motho kulang bophelo ba hae kaofela. You understand? Yes, it's like my products. I had a patient where she was continuously ordering. I'm like, you are becoming dependent on the feelings they give you. So now you are using them for the wrong reasons. And so Gogo was like, you can't order anymore because man just say we like you need the rush, you know, for the product. So we are man. So you are no longer doing the work that it was supposed to. Like it's and then it's like, oh, I need to. Oh, okay, you know, so lo muti uhambe na nalo ncedo. So when you're like, let me just forget ncedo, let me just stick onto that rush. Yes. You understand? So I avoid having to heal myself. You understand? So it's in J, Gibambi joint, it's in Bambi joint, it's in Bambi joint, it does that. Like, so for us, we have to break down umoya sihlukise from inyama read hore ukomoyeng ukudiswa ke nama ukomoyeng ukudiswa ke nama. You understand?
If you can't differentiate the two, that's why I want to you just told a client, you know what, you're coming so often to me for the same product, no difference. It shows that you really are. But I see that. It shows that she's really a real healer. She's not there for the money.
I was about to say, it's not for the
people are getting exploited. That's why you get like fake healers. You know, that's the maybe some people that show you TV. You get people that no, I went to a petroli and I did.
But the other guy who passed on.
You know what I mean?
Fake Gobel, I think.
So for you saying all of that shows that you really are that person. You really do the job, and I want to know what's your view between the original traditional proper healers, but to some battle, then le batho ba le go isike ke body fake what ba ipatlela fela zaka and they wanna, you know.
Before you answer on that, I also just want to ask, with the obviously, I think now you've noticed, in addition to his question, how do you feel with the rise of people now having a calling? All of a sudden, every corner, every second person, and I'll say a calling. Is it how does that make you feel?
I am grateful for the awakening for our people.
Right.
Ke nagana gore bothata ba teng ke taba ya gore re ba thusa yang. Because ke nagana if ne re understand that dineo tsa bone kapa di calling tsa bone ke ntse le go bela gore there's a difference ya di calling. I understand that o gopole gore when we break down the calling aspect of motho, we'd be able to solve so many people's home problems. We avoid having to you understand? And avoid like I feel like we are breaking generational curses by creating more generational curses with how we are dealing with our ancestral issues. The awakening is to call us back home. Right. You understand?
As Africans.
Yes, it's basic because it's time. Because great things are coming, man, and you know it's time. We are move. So manje, masas figenda when zokulachwa. Because now chankura dog. Why you understand? So ritola rila paba to katila elung hore hasio na mo elung hore. You know you stop a client from having to take these concussions because when you do that you are obviously I'm breaking a financial now transaction that business, you know. For them they're not gonna do that. You understand? Because if I'm stopping the money from coming in. So the more problems I create in you and I leave in you, the more money I'm still here to make because you keep
side effects.
I want you done. Paul, I'm failed to go live your best life because now you are here all the time and ooh, it's heavy. It's heavy. And ihamba ngomoya lento namadlozi. It's the awakenings not every person who's called is called by their true ancestors or the true and real spirits and the genuine spirits and the good spirits. You understand? So now susuke sesibiza neminye imimoya ezingenele ebantwini.
But how do you guys fix it within? Because you get this fake. Knowing very well to
empower themselves
and do all these other things. When you are within, I don't know if in an association or whatever, but as people by example, right? How do you guys stop it, or how do you guys push it forward?
That's a very good question.
You know what I mean?
I think you should ask them. What are they doing?
I'm telling you, because
what are they doing? You know?
What are they doing?
For me, I'll comment on the show now. I'm gonna say this out loud. That show, the fake gobelas ne. It kind of hurt me to find that people who are probably, I don't know who, if they are involved in traditional healing associations and if they know me, but for me it was like, you thought taking a show on TV was going to actually help solve the real issues that we have as a Mazangoma, whereas within these spaces, let me tell you, corruption is everywhere. So you can't say, as a normal human being, I'm going to stop. No man, like I can see 10 of them I understand.
You know what I mean? So products, we want those products, just touch on the products and just let us know how do you get your products, what are the products, and
and how do they work?
Yeah, basically.
Ke tla bua ka hlasela mo hlasela.
Okay.
Etswa ko mahlasela umkhulu wami eJoslami, so that's where the products come from. It was through a dream actually. So uhlasela usebenza isichitho, isilwane nesinyama. In a nutshell, nyana hari falaiti isilwane. We call them spiritual wives or husbands for those people who have your unusual sexual dreams that are consistent and zeba affectang ko maphelong a bona. Isichitho re normally re bona ka diso ko sefatlhegong. It's like your terrible type of acne, but ikeneletse thata. Isichitho siyachitha, that's where the name comes from. So ichitha konke okuhle, your jobs, manyalo, relationships. It can even drive you to suicide. That's how deep it is. So isinyama then is just a broad term of ukuthi umuntu una aura in a dark cloud, a field. So it's not just for that. Services are just for the calming effects and confidence and and everything else. So I brought Borona to them. So we have your shower gels, we have your facial scrubs, we have your soap bar, renali, digerese as well, hlasela scented imilingo candles. We have your customized candles where I make candles specific to your needs. So basically you have a candle that no one else has ever had, with colors that suit you.
To pray with? Or just
pray. Meditate. And then we have hlasela ezotando. It's not specific to mjolo, because of the lack of love that people tend to feel, that they think they should go out there to find komjolo, whereas it brings you closer to that energy field yalerato, so that you can attract it in the right platforms and people or anything as well, the platonic, family-wise, or luena, you understand? We have Hlasela student bar for bana ba skolo, you know, re dula go tla batswadi ba dula ba complain ka bana, o lazy, how bad and whatnot, but we really don't understand the things that happen go dikolong go baneng. You know, uthola umntana wakho is always sleeping during exam times, gidi tlhogo, ngwana is just going through a lot of things they don't understand. So with that bar of soap, they bath, they go to school so that they can keep on concentrating, retaining information, focusing as often as they can, and keeping calm. Because abantwana feel anxious kakhulu, so one of the oils in the soap helps them to calm down. Yeah. So where you can find my products, Mlaphi Wabathakathi Gogo Ngwabini on Facebook. My personal account is Bitumelo Mkhajani, or on my WhatsApp. That's where I work. Yeah.
What is your WhatsApp?
Oh, my number 065-2210-822. So try it, bro.
Almost only 10 billion. Let's not even 66 billion.
66 billion.
Yes.
Nenza kanjani le umbuzo lo ubungibuza wona that other time
ngiyakhumbula
yeah ulanda leza nto leziyaza khona.
So on a serious note, with your products you've got maybe how things work or how they use them, or it's just this is going to be via WhatsApp, or you have the is it instruction leaflet?
Yeah, the things and the instructions like Hlasela salts. So basically Hlasela salts is home use and personal use. Especially Leona, it has the same benefits as well, but so it has instructions. Hlasela bar as well in the instruction. Basically into some instructions you understand, as in depending how we sebenzisa in angeke uthi unenkinga yesichitho most of the time ube uthola a good relationship sexually and you're still sleeping with the same person but you're trying to heal yourself from that, so you are actually working against yourself. We are keep your fag, but you understand so ila dijo. Diet is very important when it comes to ditaba tsa moya. As much as by preacher medicine, but it's the same thing. It's actually a general people's thing that people are supposed to be eating, right? It's not just dieting. That's how you're supposed to be eating. So yeah, dinality instructions that thing, yes, I do give them out.
And especially, I mean, when the herbs are more like herb. Orientated than other things. Me? Yo, that's a herb as well.
Is strawberry a fruit or a veg? 6. Well, anyways. Like, let's So, what, just in closing, what advice would you give to someone who wants to go in the same path that you go in? Obviously, you can't just say Gogo Manzini on Break the Ice podcast SA and obviously it's a calling. We've established that throughout the whole podcast. So whoever that has a calling, what would be your advice? And obviously with all the negativity or let's say obstructions that come in their way.
Stay off social media.
Yes.
Stay off social media because it silences their intuition to a point where they follow us on social media and they want to do what we do, become us, which makes them lose themselves in this path because now so now I'm done and you wanna follow izimfundiso zami bese manje uthulisa lento. Umkhulu wami once said ukuthi once you silence the voice of your ancestors you become exposed to the voice of the world and they can dictate who you become. So once you do that, it means that you are no longer going to know your own path, and that's how they get lost. My biggest advice is stay off social media to know thyself so that you can understand what you are truly called to do. And because now you are always on these pages, group chats, you are sharing your dreams, exposing yourselves to this gift. And another thing, just because you dress it does not mean you are it. You understand? You have to be inside of it. We understand. You can put on on the beads, you can put on the cloths, you can put in the attire, but haiso fitli, iso sebet, haiso haino khuyetsa nix. So you need ukuthi ujule ngaphakathi kwayo, ulalele umoya wako, so that I don't come and tell you what you are and what you're supposed to be doing. Because when you come to a space of a healer who's supposed to train you, for an example, it's you who leads the healer, not the other way around. So what we find today is you come to me and I tell you what your people sent you here for. But you came to me, you were sent to me, but I surprisingly know more than you. So once you just stay off the socials and stop following all of these, healers, just to understand yourself, your ancestors do not exist inside of us or the other people out there. So once you concentrate, and it's going to make it easier for you, because we understand that better.
So basically, it's a fingerprint for each and every sangoma, so to speak. It's fingerprint orientated. You can't be like Gogo Manzini.
Singabe sinawo similarities, but njengoba kusho ukuthi moya uyiwani dinewo dingata.
Yes.
Do you understand? So how did ngata yalo tshwanetse wena uikitse gore o bileditswe eng, because no o end up o latlha ke ntse dingata ha o batla go utlwa go lefatsheng gore go tsho gore e thotse. So in all honesty, what you become is what other people are or what is being said out there, whereas your truth has not even come out itself. So social media for me is a no. If you are having a calling, experiencing a calling out there, you can read, but if you are easily influenced mentally, social media is olahle.
I think again with what you're saying, obviously it's going back to your roots. In essence, go back to your roots. With our ancestors. So Pumalapo, really listen to the roots, what the roots are saying.
I know it's hard to understand Ubizo or Isin to say to as black people, because there's so much information that got lost,
of course,
throughout the years. And even Luena, you are valid, even if how to be lisikola how to that point and you are called Masik. That's what I want them to understand, that but you will find the way. Believe me, you will get there. So it's not about you going out there to know more that is out of this world and is extraordinary. Just stay in your lane. You will get there. You understand? Just be there. Yes. Otherwise, the panic and everything else, I don't know what to do. Relax. But it doesn't make sense that you are cold and all the time.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you've all heard it from Gogo Manzini. Now we have a feature on well, this is going to be a constant feature. Obviously, our first guest. There's the first feature that I'm going to ask you the question on that. What is the abnormal that's been made normal in society?
Normal, abnormal. Oh my God. There's like cricket. Indoor must.
Yes.
On a spiritual level, I feel like it is taking away abantu besifazane from themselves, and it's deviating them, because manje it's as if you are expecting someone else to fulfill your purpose and your dreams for you as you just wait. You understand? So I'm waiting for my 6 for abobe, and now I'm thinking to myself, we are probably the same age, but surprisingly my 6 is a failure, but I'm not. You understand? Like, so my God, like,
what's going on?
It's, I think for everyone, and with times changing, we can preach about the past. Right. Men used to be providers and everything else, but times have changed, right? So as we move with the times changing, it means that even us as women, we need to also move and retransition from whatever it is that we were in the past, right? So now it's as if reduzi.
So it means
Waiting
Gomo
for the
Yang
next
are
person.
evolving,
Yes.
and we are not growing as individuals before we are romantic partners or anything else like that. So for me, indoda must young
Sex,
Monna ke vele.
and at the same breath, and in the same breath, then she can't even do those things for herself.
But I think
You
all
understand?
all
So
of this
it's a messy
all of this
situation.
stems from is it not social media though?
Of course.
I mean it's the Instagram.
Oh, bruh, I said-
if on an iPhone kusho ukuthi, like we were talking no 6 the other time. ukuthi if I have an iPhone 6, right, and there's a girl with the very same phone, it's an achievement. Mina I'm poor. With the same age, yet it comes across ukuthi she's better, but because I'm male, it's way off.
So we need to stop that thinking. Lona, you guys need to just like evaluate the thinking behind it.
Baba shape ka Harry Potter.
Nana kere ebile social media is going to be a new generational curse for us. Like for the future generations. Do you understand? Because again we are busy breaking generational curses in everything that we do. But I just feel like social media is going to be that one thing in the future where our people will have to unlearn now and do without and have to, buy tolerant. So it is, yes, social media. And oh my God, kidi 200 roses zeli banyana. I understand. So pesiwa unglela Cadbury, I'm just like usras, because zama bo betiri batho ba zama, and I feel like what you have never had to do, like chelet, motho sa ka sebeleta chelet high value, so it's easy for them to call it out. Like why batla fela, because you don't know how hard it is to make money. So for me to tell you that you are useless and you're not doing anything, it's because you don't know the depth of that commitment that I have. Like, hey, so and I think it's also you now see how easy it is for you to access izithwalo even online,
Right.
and it has made it easy for people to just advertise how easy it is to make money when it's not true. So I feel like man, I don't know guy, but it's like it's so easy. But if it's so easy, it's a so yeah, social media, yeah.
So guys in Zuilege from Gogo Manzini herself, guys, go panda for yourself. Yegalindoda must get your own singing a song score. I go better than the other. Male, female, let's go get your guap yourself.
Let's hustle.
On that note, last one, 66 billion. We've got we're sending out flowers.
Okay.
Abantu besaphila, this can be anything, everyone, whoever that you feel good. Okay, this ex individual, even if it's not a person that you know, but whoever that you feel good is flowers. Who would you like to give flowers to?
My followers. My followers.
Doing something right.
My followers. I didn't a bank clone. I'm better the account.
For real?
Yes.
For real. No, you are inside.
So my followers, man.
Yeah.
Like
You love your follow. Abaktrel isn't just extraordinary.
no,
I
just
come on. I asked you to ask for that 66 billion. What are you doing?
Off the record, we did say we say that Spanish.
Man,
66
billion.
May I also give Yes, I thought
Juicy lips, come on.
Is it?
Juicy lips. Tell us who you wanna give flowers to?
I want to give flowers to Ellen's daughter.
okay. Okay.
Not mine.
Yeah.
But his name is Thabo Amaine, also known as Mahabata Ascendant.
Okay.
He is an actor, a dancer, a 3D concept artist, a filmmaker, scriptwriter, director, producer, a theater practitioner, and a facilitator.
Okay.
Who is this human being?
So this human being is this other guy that stays Okuzo, guys.
He's from here.
Yeah,
Jesus
he's a local
Christ.
person. The reason I want to give this person flowers is because he has so much experience within the media industry, because we know within this industry, media, there's a lot of gatekeeping.
Of course, yes.
So he's one of those people, when he has time, he runs free workshops for Kutong South Hall, Community Hall. He runs acting workshops for free. So anyone that's interested in joining, he teaches them what to do, what techniques.
When is this? Do you know?
He had once last week at 15 and 16. He had one for acting. He also does technical, how to light your sets, stuff like that.
Do you know pages or content?
Yes, his page. We'll put down his pages, his links and all that. So man, I want to give flowers to him because it's people like him that come back here.
Can you give him a round of applause?
Yeah.
66. Sunny, who are you giving flowers to this week, Sunny?
I would like to give flowers to you. Can I give flowers to you?
Okay.
Why me?
You know, because this might seem like it's a studio, right? Because it's nice and it's pretty and it's neat. But I mean, I've been saying, flowers, you need to give your boys flowers sometimes, you know? So I want to give you flowers for this space.
Okay.
You know, not just for the podcast, but for the lifestyle and for the leisure experience for our people this side. You know, you're doing a good job. So these are your flowers. Take them, smell them. And you can share them if you want to. Let's do it right.
Thank you, Sunny. Come on, Jesus Christ. Thank you.
That's his flowers.
Thank you, man. I want to give flowers. Sheesh. Thank you, 6. No, the thing is, when it was, now it's sinking in. Jesus Christ. So, I want to give flowers to mostly the hustlers, especially the ladies, not men as well, but mostly on top of my list is the ladies who are selling the umbila. You know, I think they know, most of them, they're not from South Africa, eh? They're selling umbila and peanuts and
squeezer.
From the morning up until say 6, 7, they out there and they would come to you wherever you are. And understanding Uguti, it can't be the easiest job, and it's demoralizing. We as a person to go and do that, and they're not doing that to come Bayotenga, whatever. It's maybe for their kids or whatever that they want to achieve. So they should not give up. And they deserve all the flowers.
And keep feeding families.
It's easier to just come up and then Gogo Manzini 50 rand and without having to offer anything. So for me it's those ladies. Keep it going.
Keep on keeping on.
Yes. No, they're the ones. And futhi angifuni nokunena the negativity of it.
That's it.
So just to wrap it off, I mean, this has been amazing. I don't know about you, but this has been such a really eye-opener. Thanks for coming. You know, thanks for coming. Thank you
for inviting me. You know,
it needs a second episode.
One of our shows. Yes,
No, she's actually gonna be a regular, you know, guest.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming through. Thanks for giving us your time. Giving us your, you know. So
educating us.
You understand? So I would like to give your flowers. These are your flowers.
Yes.
Thank you.
So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching Break the Ice Podcast SA. You know the pages, they write that at the bottom of your screen. Do like, subscribe, and tell your other friends and the other friends to subscribe. Thank you guys, baby. Let's go. Oh no, forgot. Remember, on the comments, tell us who you guys want to have on the next show. We will definitely interact with whoever send whoever. It does not matter. We'll tell you if some phone hours and phone or whatever. Peace.